Okay, Coach, the playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jahan, ready? You must be dreaming. Hey, Ringo, 48.
Cousins now to throw on first down. That's caught by the tight end, Herb Smith Jr. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
One play has him to the 37 here for first and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8 at the 39-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back. 48. Wide.
Draw play. Cousins to Cook. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Cousins from the gun on third. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So good field position for the Packers as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. On the run, it's Peyton. Room here to run. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Let's go. Switch. 6 guys. Check 6.
Here's Dillon. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 31.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On third down, here's Peyton. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Room to run again. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 61 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. They'll run on first down. Dillon, and he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Vikings pick up the football. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Check 15. Cook. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. Hey, Haywood. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Check.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Check 13.
They run again with Dillon. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports.
Double dog. That's the way.
To throw on 2nd down. Love. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
58 to Mike. No gain on this defense. No gain.
Back to throw. Love. This is caught by Williams. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run now with Dillon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Check.
the gun. Love. That's caught by Hollister. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Let's go, let's go. Kill. Check.
On first down, Love. Short pass to the tight end, Hollister. And the ball is knocked out, and the Vikings pick up the football. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 17-3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run with a Hall of Famer, Peyton. And he loses the football a second time. And the Vikings pick up the football. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Cousins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
2nd and 14. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points scored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. On the ground, it's Cook. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Cook following the penalty. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.